Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now, I wanted to do this video for a pretty long time now, and Black Ops 6 is around the corner, so I plan on doing Black Ops 6 content, and I'm still going to be doing XDEFIANT content for those wondering. But you know, with me being stuck in my finals right now, making videos and streaming is a bit difficult, but I just thought of why not giving you a simple guide on how to build your own weapons for the foreseeable future. I'm going to be sharing most of my knowledge on how I build my weapons, so without further ado, let's hop into it. I'm going to be building both an ACR and let's take an SMG today. Let's take the MP7. Now, I know I always say there's a meta build for everything, and that is true. You know, you can go check out my channel if you're new here. I do a bunch of these build videos, and usually the latest ones on my channel are the best ones currently. But let's say I want to go off meta and I want to build something fitted for my playstyle personally. Let's take this ACR for example. So first things first, I hate this iron sights. Simple as that. So we want an optic on this. So already we are down by 4 slots. Next, let's see what else is bothering me. Yes. The sprint to shoot time is slow. Like, this is really slow. The normal ADS speed is fine to me, but the sprint to shoot time needs some work. Our ADS walking speed, this is not terrible. Yeah, I could add a little bit more, but this is not too major. And then let's look at the recoil. Am I fine with the recoil down range? It feels a bit erratic. I can maybe add a little bit to it. It's not something that I want to prioritize. And that's our next topic here. What do you want to prioritize? You gotta look at your skills and your weaknesses, just like how I did. And you kind of want to like list it in your mind. Whatever item at the top is the most important. So right now, in this very moment, the sprint to shoot time is bothering me. So I'm going to prioritize sprint to shoot time first, and then we're going to balancing it off that. So like I said, we're first going to be looking at sprint to shoot time. The thing you're going to be doing is you're going to be going through every attachment. You're going to be finding the one that gives you the most sprint to shoot time. In this case, it will be remove stock, but as you can see, the remove stock has a lot of cons, and they are bad cons. This one deducts 10% to your flinch and your horizontal and vertical recoil by 5%, but that shouldn't scare you off. You know, I see so many people looking at attachment and going, wow, those cons suck. I want something different. So yeah, sure, you can first go look for any alternatives. For example, the pistol grip here gives you a 10% boost to your sprint to shoot time, but it gives hip fire accuracy and it deducts some horizontal recoil control. It's just not that great on the ACR or any AR for that matter. This is more something that you would use on SMG rather than an AR. So in this scenario, we're just going to be using the remove stock and we're going to be going off of that. 10% flinch is not that bad. Trust me, you won't feel it all too much. For the sake of this video, let's say I want to balance that out. We're going to be going through again all of the attachments and we're going to be finding something that gives us that flinch back. And the best option here would be the heavy grip, which gives us a 10% boost to our ADS flinch control, as well as a 2.5% boost to horizontal recoil control. So this grip is really good with the remove stock, because like I said, it just completely takes away that con and it helps a little bit with the recoil. So already let's see how this will feel. Wow, that is much better, right? And down range, yeah, the recoil feels about the same. I am on mouse and keyboard, not controller though, which I usually play, but you know, that feels controllable. I don't know, I have to add anything more to my recoil. I'm completely fine with that. So now for the magazines, the rule here is that if the gun has a slow reload, you want to use the fast mag. If the gun runs out of ammo really quickly, you want to use the fast mag. Other than that, if you're just uncomfortable with how the reload speeds are, the default ones, then you want to use the quick mag. In this case, you know, I can reload cancel with this ACR. That is a really quick reload for me. It doesn't bother me all too much. If I'm going to be using a magazine, will it be worth that attachment slots? And you got to be 100% honest with yourself. You don't just use it for the sake of using it. If you're fine with just being a little bit more patient with your reload speeds, then you can do a lot more with this magazine space and with the optic. If you're fine with the iron sights, then you shouldn't use an optic, right? But for me, I don't like the iron sights on that, so I'm definitely going to be using an optic. Right, so again, let's see what I don't like. Maybe the ADS speed. Our ADS walking speed is a little bit slow, so let's do that next. Let's see what would be best here. So we got a small vertical grip here and we got the leather wrap full grip here, and I want you to ask yourself which one here would be the best. But both of them aren't a bad pick. It's just that in this scenario, the small vertical grip would be the better one. The leather wrap does give you more ADS walking speed, but in this case we are using an AR. It is naturally going to be a bit more slow, and that deduction to our ADS speed and our sprint to shoot time is not worth it on this gun. But like I said, you're building this for yourself, so if you feel like you're fine with it, then go with it. For the sake of this, you know, the small vertical grip stands out to me because it gives us a 10% boost to our ADS walking speed and another 5% boost to our ADS speed, and it only deducts hip fire accuracy. Like, just make sense of that in your mind. You're not going to be using hip fire accuracy on an AR close range. Hip fire accuracy shouldn't be a problem on an AR. Most of your gunfights are going to be past, like, I want to say 5 meters, and in that range, you know, your hip fire spread is irrelevant. Therefore hurting it all too much on an AR doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Now let's see how it feels again. That is way better. I'm really liking the way this gun feels, but now, you know, I could use a little bit more speed. But now you'll notice that our options are really limited. We have one more attachment slot to make use of, and we already took up majority of these slots. Now, the lightweight barrel here sticks out because it gives us a whole 15% boost to our ADS speed and a 5% boost to our movement speed, but it hurts your recoil by a whole 10% on both horizontal and vertical. So let's use it and see how we feel with it. Personally, that doesn't bother me all too much, although I have to put in way more effort to actually cool down. But the speed that you get out of this is absolutely unreal. So yeah, I think I'm going to be fine with this for now. If the recoil bothers me too much, I'll probably use something like the stabilizing barrel to give us that recoil back. Okay, now let's do another example with the NP7. Already, you know, it's an SMG. You want to be quick. This movement speed is terrible. I can do with a little bit more. The sprint to shoot time and ADS speed for an SMG, it is completely fine. I am noticing though that the time to kill is a bit slow. Keep that in mind for an SMG. And in this game, always pay attention to how much damage the gun is doing. As you can see, this MP7 does 19 damage. So one more point of damage to this gun will make it one less bullet to kill. So already, just by judging off that, we're going to be using the heavy barrel. The heavy barrel boosts our damage by 5%, therefore increasing it by one more hit point, making them a whole one less bullet to kill. So just keep that in mind what the heavy barrel might be good on. The more important ones of the heavy barrel would be something like the Vector, this MP7, the MDR, and so on. But I'm completely fine sacrificing a slot for, you know, one less bullet to kill. The ADS walking speed is a bit slow, and on an SMG it doesn't matter too much, but that will impact your air strafing speed. That is personal preference. I love to use the lightweight stock on my SMGs simply because of the air strafing speed, not the normal speed, the air strafing speed. But the time to kill on SMG's close range are so quick, you never really get a chance to use that. So in this case, I'm going to be ignoring it because I feel like I don't need it. We can maybe just double down on the speed. So like I said, we first need to figure out what we want to be doing about our movement speed. So again, we're looking at the remove stock, which gives us a 5% boost to our movement speed and a 20% boost to our sprint to shoot time. But on SMGs, flinch is way more noticeable compared to ARs. So you might want to avoid remove stock here. It just makes the gun feel really clunky. And on SMGs, remove stock is not all too great. For me personally, the collapse stock would also not be a great choice, even though it does give us movement speed. It deducts some of our hipfire accuracy, and the problem with that is I like to hipfire a lot, so I don't really want to use this collapse stock, but it's fine. I'll find a way to balance out those cons. So let's use the collapse stock, and like I said, we're going to be doubling down on that speed, so we're going to be using the quick draw grip for a 10% boost to our sprint to shoot time and our ADS speed. It does take away some ADS stability, which is pretty much irrelevant on SMGs. Now for the reload speed, let's see. That is pretty slow for an SMG. In fact, I think that is so slow that I'm going to be using the fast mag. Now, this is another important thing. You never want to mix your fast mag with something like the remove stock, because then you're just getting a 20% deduction to your flinch, and that feels terrible. So I'm only using the fast mag simply because I'm not using the remove stock. If you are using the remove stock, you're better off using the quick mag. Like I mentioned earlier, on most SMGs, you'll benefit from using the fast mag in this case. So again, let's test our SMG out now. Movement speed already way better, and our reload speed is great. So already we've got a pretty solid MP7 here. We've only got one more attachment to work with. So the muzzle booster boosts our rate of fire, but also deducts some of our range and our ADS speed. And that range drop off is quite bad, but close range, this gun is going to shred, right? But let's say I want to balance this MP7 out a bit more. I'm actually going to be boosting its range. This is an SMG, and just boosting its range by a little bit won't hurt. And there you go. We've got a pretty solid MP7 here. It's got great range, great movement speed, great sprint to shoot time. Now you'll notice that we're using the fast mag and the barrel extender, and the thing that they have in common is they have a deduction to your pull-up time. So the barrel extender takes the sprint to shoot time down by 10%. The fast mag takes the ADS speed down by 10%. But like I said, it's fine because we're balancing it out of the quick draw grip. This gun would be a lot slower without the quick draw grip, but since we got that on, we are just balancing it out. And that's how I view most of the attachments. It's all about, you know, how you balance it out. I would just say avoid hurting your ADS ability too much. If the value is down by like 5% or more, then the recoil is probably going to be cooked, so just avoid that. And SMGs, try not to hurt the fire spread too much. Obviously, weapon handling, try to keep it lower than its base forms, although you can make exceptions for some guns. Yeah, moving, always try to keep it above 1, never go below 1.0 because it feels incredibly slow then. So see, this is what it looks like when everything is balanced. Nothing here is in the red. Sometimes it might be in the red, like our rate of fire here is going down, but that's for a good trade-off because we're getting more damage out of it. Now, to some of you, this might be common sense, but I know a lot of new players might find this useful. Please remember to leave a like and do subscribe. Share this with a friend who might need it as well. Who knows? But with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.